Hello everyone. Before it, I want to say thank you very much for this great opportunity so that I can speak a little speech in front of you all. So this time we are going to talk about tolerance and compassion. Definitely, this word is not foreign to us to hear. Talking about how to understand other people, love, and care for others has become a character that we must have. Because however we are in an environment that requires us. So the topic that we are going to discuss today, there are 3 points. The first is the definition of tolerance and compassion. And then the second, how to apply tolerance and compassion in our daily lives. And the third, the role of tolerance and compassion in our daily lives. We'll begin from the first point. What is the definition of tolerance and compassion? Tolerance is the ability or willingness to tolerate something, in particular the existence of opinions or behavior that one doesn't necessarily agree with. Compassion, sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. If you look from this definition, if we really understand what tolerance and compassion are, actually they have a very close relationship. We cannot just tolerate each other, but we must learn to have compassion towards one another. An attitude of tolerance, if it is not followed by compassion, then the value of tolerance itself is not full. Because the application of tolerance is compassion. So if we learn compassion, there is no need to tolerate. It means that if we have a sense of compassion, then we certainly have a sense of tolerance. The next point. How to apply tolerance and compassion in our daily lives? We can take many examples, common examples that we know, such as the plurality of our nation. As we know that this great country has various cultures, ethnicities, religions, etc. Tolerance has become the flesh and blood of our nation. One real example that we can see is there are 6 houses of worship located side by side in the city of Surabaya. Houses of worship with various religions such as Islam, Buddhism, Christianity, Catholicism, Hinduism, and Confucianism. You can find out directly on the internet that how harmoniously people carry out their respective worship without any fights in the city. This is a real manifestation of tolerance that is manifested among our nation. So guys, if talking about how to advocate, we can begin from small things in our daily lives, such as respecting friends of different religions, respecting friends' opinions, and much more. Tolerance is not just talking about a different religion, culture, or ethnicity. However, whatever the differences that occur between us, the sense of tolerance must be applied. If this feeling already exists in us, then the next step is how to cultivate a sense of compassion, helping friends in need, caring for others in need, regardless of their background. If the sense of tolerance has emerged, then the sense of compassion will never discriminate regardless of background. The last point, the rule of tolerance and compassion in our lives. These 2 things have a big role in creating a harmonious situation between us. These 2 things become a benchmark for how we behave in society. 2 things that cannot be separated and always related to all causes and effects. Thus, the possibility that if these 2 things do not exist are division, quarrel, and social disorganization. 2 things that are trivial but have a huge impact in their absence. So that's it. How important is tolerance and compassion for us to instill in ourselves? So for closing my speech, I took one quote from Paulo Coelho. He said that tolerance and compassion are qualities of fearless people. From the sentence, we understand that people who have a sense of tolerance and compassion are those who dare to create changes in a peaceful and prosperous world. Okay, maybe that's all my speech this time. Thank you very much for your great attention. Thank you very much for this great opportunity. I hope this speech will be useful. And the last I say you, nice to meet you all.